As a substance abuse professional, I have had so many God moments and God encounters. This is one of those moments, and I want to share this one with you right now. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Raul, and I am
the Wolf Counselor.
I've been wanting to share this story for quite some time now. It has been very impacting for me. It has increased my faith. It has inspired people that I've told this to. And finally, I'm getting it out in the open. I want to give you some backstory first. This is nearly 5 years ago. I was commuting from Sacramento Valley to the Central Valley, about a 1-hour trip. I was working 4/10s at the time, and I had a Friday, Saturday job as well. Working like a dog. By the time Monday came, I was already exhausted. I remember clearly going out for lunch, maybe got some junk food drive-thru or something like that, and I could hear a buzzing noise coming out of my engine. I'm really stressed. There's no way I can get stranded out here 1 hour away from home. So I go back to work, I finish my shift, out of there by 7, and I hit the gas station immediately. Checked the oil, it was a little low, so I decided I'm gonna buy a few quarts of oil, stuff it in there. As I'm pulling out of that parking spot, makes a zooming sound followed by a loud high-pitched knock, the inside of the hood of my car, and my car shuts down. Immediately, if you know me, I could have a short fuse, especially when I'm hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Halt. Maybe not all those, but I was a little cranky. Immediately, I called AAA. They said, okay, where are you? That we're gonna send someone out. And I called my wife telling her, look, come out and get me. This happened in my car. It sucks. At that time, she was full-blown prego. And she says, okay, I'm on my way. I'm gonna get the kids in the van and I'll be there within the hour. God bless her. I'm still on the phone as she's doing all of that. And all of a sudden, I kid you not, this calming presence came into my vehicle. I didn't hear a voice, but I sensed that I knew what I had to do. Let me know later in the comments if some of you can relate to this. And in that moment, I decided to tell my wife, don't come get me. She says, why not? And I said, I need you to trust me. I think I'm supposed to talk to this tow truck driver. And she says, are you sure? I said, yes. Tow truck driver pulls up, loads my car. It's one of those where he puts the entire car on the back of the bed. We greet each other with a, hey, how's it going? My name is Raul. And then we hop on his truck. At this point, we're not even on the freeway yet. And I says to him, I don't normally do this, but I have a feeling that we were supposed to meet today. He doesn't lose focus of the road. His hands are still on the steering wheel. And he replies, what makes you say that? I said, I don't know exactly, but I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that you and I were supposed to meet today. I don't know what's wrong with my car. I'm not a mechanic, contrary to what some of you are stereotyping me as right now. Just kidding. Kidding. And after about 3 minutes, I'm thinking, what did I do? Gosh, feeling foolish, right? After a few moments of silence, he opens up and says, I think you're right. 2 days ago, I was in jail. And when I was in there, I had prayed to God, get me out of this. And if you get me out of this, I will do whatever you want me to do. I am ready for a change. I am ready for a transformation. And he continued on saying, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know anyone that can guide me. So as you can imagine, the excitement rose inside of me, and I'm really strongly feeling God's presence. And for the next 45 minutes, him and I are talking back and forth. I'm sharing with him my story on how I started using meth at 12 years old as an introductory, and then everything else came, and I shared with him about the dysfunction in my family's life and how God came into my life and how by the grace of God, I am here today and I'm helping people in addiction. I'm also a minister. And then I gave him scripture. I gave him resources. I said, look, this place is near where you live. Go to this place. We had a power hour. He was so excited that he would have gotten baptized in there. I knew once we got to my house that my job there was done. We exchanged phone numbers. We text back and forth off and on. And then the next day, I called one of my buddies who is a mechanic. He comes out to check out the car, see what's wrong with it. As soon as he opens it, he sees, oh, it's your alternator. The pulley nut fell out. We go down to the pick and pull right after that, and the piece missing only costed me $1.80. So many things to take away from this experience. But off the top of my head, I'm going to tell you just a few that stand out to me. Number one, I almost missed out on this opportunity because of where my mind was at. Thinking about myself, thinking about me being inconvenienced, thinking about how much is this going to cost me. I was so stressed, frustrated. I was angry a little bit, maybe. I was thinking all about me. But guess what? I would have missed out on one of the biggest faith moments in my life. And I'm here to let you know that if you want one of these God moments, it's not going to happen when you are self-serving, but it's going to happen when you are serving or helping someone else. A lot of us focus way too much on my needs, what I want, what makes me laugh, what makes me happy. It's time. It's time for many of us to step out of self and start giving of ourselves. Hopefully you've deposited enough where there's plenty to go around. So that's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is that no matter who you are, where you find yourself in a jail cell, in a courtroom, in a living room, sleeping there because the wife kicked you out or the husband's mad, whatever, wherever you find yourself, if you pray with sincerity, even if you have no idea who God is, even if you have no instructions on how to pray, I guarantee you that if you are sincere, the voice of who needs to hear your prayer, your cry, is going to hear you. In fact, some of you that are familiar with Bill W.'s work, there's a book titled As Bill Sees It. In one of those, Bill W. talks about when his depression was at its worst, and I'm paraphrasing, but he talks about an experience where he cried out to God as well. And he said, I am ready to do whatever it takes. If you're there, if you're real, show yourself. I am ready to make this change. And you'll have to read it to get the full length of it. But somewhere in there, he says, he realized that for a moment, he was no longer in his earthly self, but that his spirit had awakened. And he ends it with, so that is the God of the preachers. If you have some takeaways from the story I just shared with you, please don't hesitate to write it in the comments, share it with someone else, share this video. Don't hold on to it just for you. Give it to someone that needs to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, I am the Wolf Counselor. Stay connected for more videos just like this one on indisputable God moments in my career as a drug and alcohol counselor. Click the bell for notifications as I have more of these stories for you that have been pivotal in my life. Indisputable God moments. I am the Wolf Counselor. Until next time.